Hey there, Zelda fans. Amanda Van Heil here with another episode of Zelda Weekly, and I am joined by the Zoo Crew for PAX West. We are currently getting ready for our panel, Tears of the Kingdom Ultra panel, and this is the first time we've actually had this in our convention rotation, so we're really excited to debut this one. But what's fun about when we get to go to events like PAX is we get to experience the whole show while we're here. So let's go around and talk about some of our favorite things we've seen while we're here at PAX. Connor, how about you?
Top of the list for me has been the Nintendo Live experience. I was fortunate enough to win the lottery, so to speak, and go on Saturday. The Legend of Zelda Symphony and the Super Mario Big Band were major highlights. Just hearing live music of some of my favorite games was very touching for me.
Did you do any of the photo ops?
I did several of the photo ops. I've taken more pictures this weekend than I've probably ever used. I'm not much of a camera person.
There were some really great ones, including some Zelda ones. I sadly did not take the picture with Link, but I'll just post a picture of us from PAX East. It's the same Link. But there was a corrupted Master Sword, and I didn't see it until after I left, but I'm sure some of the people here have. Mary, what have been some of your favorites?
Like all of Sega and Atlus's booth, they had Persona 3 Reload demo for the first time, Persona 5 Tactical demo. They also had Yakuza. The whole booth is just, it's so fun. All the demos were wonderful, and now I really want to get my hands on Persona.
Yeah. What about you, Jess?
I have to agree with Mary. Atlus's booth was amazing, and Persona 5 Tactica was a ton of fun. And I also really enjoyed, on the indie side, I enjoyed Summit Sphere's game, Anton Blast, which is a Wario Land-like game. That game is really tight, feels almost as tight as Pizza Tower, and I'm really excited for Anton Blast.
I think I'm going to have to check that out in the morning. Holly, what about you?
Oh, I could tell you. So my favorite thing is obviously going to be related to Nintendo Live. Super Mario Bros. Wonder is fantastic. What
it was so much fun.
Awesome demo. I love that it was a multiplayer demo too. So had a lot of fun with that. I took photos with Kirby, Card Kirby. He ran me over. I posed on the ground, looked like I was dead.
That was great.
I saw that. That was great. And then you had a cane in the picture, which was so great.
Yeah, that's a walking cane.
I should have done the same thing because you
have the opportunity to. Also.
I've got a crutch with me because I broke my foot, and I should have done the same thing, but I was not being creative. Because you know what?
She's been walking everywhere.
You know what? A broken foot has equaled a broken brain for me.
Yeah. So I would say that, and then as part of the main PAX West hall, it's kind of weird, but the Cheez-Its booth.
Oh my god.
I love Cheez-Its, and just seeing that many in a room just made me hungry. So I loved it. They had a bunch of different flavors too, like extra toasty and who knows what else. I don't remember.
I'm kind of better about the Cheez-Its booth and the potato booth because all of it has dairy, and I have a milk allergy, so I can't have any of it. But there are some giveaways of trolley bright crawlers, and I got my own bag of gummy worms that I'm not sharing with anybody.
No,
all right, Elias, what about you?
All right. I liked the coffee.
Seattle does have some very good coffee.
They are well known for it, in fact.
Yeah. One of my other favorite things that I really enjoyed is being at Nintendo Live and just seeing so many sweet families excited to be there and just enjoy the event together. So Mary, you and I actually got a chance to play a really cool new game coming to the Switch soon. We don't know exactly when.
Yeah, coming soon, and I think it might be all platforms. But yes, Arzette and the Jewel of Fairmore, which it's a game that's inspired by some very infamous CDI adventure titles.
So let's switch over to that video. So here at PAX West, we were so excited when we found out Limited Run is going to be here, or is here because we're at their booth, and we are trying out a game that when we saw the announcement trailer for, we could not believe it. This is Arzette, and it was based on some iconic games that came out on a system a few years ago that got discontinued. And we have the wonderful developer here. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Seth Fulkerson, better known on the internet as Dopply, and I'm the developer and creator of Arzette, the Jewel of Fairmore.
So I guess my big question is, what made you look to the CDI era of games as inspiration? We see a lot of Super Nintendo, a lot of Game Boy Advance inspired games. The CDI is usually not chosen. What made you be like, that's it, that's my inspiration, that's what I'm going with?
No, I've always had a soft spot for sort of bad games, games that are received kind of poorly. So I really wanted to latch onto that game and sort of explore the good qualities of it.
We just got to play the demo for it, and it is just absolutely pure fun. I love just the writing. It was very clever, and it was so cheesy, but like in a good way.
Yeah, because people don't like the games like we do. Yeah. So I'm trying to think. I'm like, I appreciate the humor and the attempts that were made like from that era, and I feel like if they had the technology that we have now, this is what it could have been. So it's really nice to see that kind of like revival of like that humor and that style.
Yeah, there's just a lot of heart to it. Is I guess the best way to describe it.
Right. It was important to me and my co-writer and my producer, Audie. We really wanted to make sure that it was like a sincere game. It wasn't like ironic or cynical or too reference heavy. That it's really just like a sincere, sometimes cheesy game.
The cheese is what makes it fun. It adds flavor.
Right.
Leslie, tell us a little bit about the art style for the game.
Yeah. So the aesthetic is directly influenced by the couple of infamous fantasy adventure games from the early 90s. It's all hand-painted. Every single level in the game is hand-painted based on a sketch that I produced and one of my artists would do. And all the cutscenes are like the same sort of like pixel kind of cartoon art style. And yeah, every artist that's working on the game is just about as passionate about those games as I am. So they were like kind of dying to make this game.
So can you tell us just a little bit about what the basic story is for the game?
Yeah, so 10 years ago, Dimer was the evil Dimer was sealed away in a book by a jewel, and now he has returned. More details in the game, and it's up to the princess of the kingdom of Fairmore, Arzette, to defeat him.
Arzette is officially my new favorite princess.
Future cosplay, maybe?
Maybe. I mean, I did used to have my hair like hers.
True.
Nice.
So, did you have like a CDI like when you were younger, like around the time whatever they were first released, or was it like a later in life sort of discovery?
So I think when I was a teenager, I was introduced to like the memes and all the video remixes and stuff first. But then like I learned the story of the games, and like I said, I have like a soft spot for like sort of like bad games, I guess you could say. And at that point, I started checking it out, and since then, I guess I'm a CDI guy.
Yeah. What's funny is I don't think I know anybody that actually had the CDI when the CDI first came out. Like everybody I know got it way later.
Yeah, it was introduced like a later point, either like just looking for like old retro games, or like a lot of us, like you said, were exposed like to like the memes, the YouTube posts, all that
right
stuff.
Yeah, because you and I both got one for the exact same reason. We just saw the memes and we were just going, oh, this looks too much fun. We have to experience it for real.
Is there anything else that you want to tell us like about the game?
It is coming soon. It'll be on Steam, Switch, PS5, PS4, and Xbox Series. And if you enjoyed any of the games that inspired Arzette, or if you just like action platformers with sort of a linear, non-linear kind of mix, I think you'll find a lot to love in Arzette.
Yeah, and it controls very well. Like
it does. I really liked it.
It wasn't just me just going, I pressed the button like I've done so many times. This one was like, oh wow, that was flawless. Every single mistake that I made, every time I died, it was my own fault.
Well, thank you so much for talking with us.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
We really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
All right, well, everybody, thank you so very much for watching. If you came to PAX, thank you for coming to the panel, and to all of you for being on the panel. My name is Amanda Van Heil, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.